Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a skill that is absolutely crucial for your studies, your future job, and honestly, your whole life. Time management. Let's figure out how to be the boss of our own time instead of letting it be the boss of us. Okay, let me ask you something right off the bat. Do you ever feel stressed out by deadlines? You know that feeling like there just aren't enough hours in the day? You're juggling exams, homework, and you're trying to have a life too. It can feel pretty overwhelming, right? Well, that feeling is super common, especially for students. If you were just nodding your head, then you are in exactly the right place. The solution to all that stress is time management. So what is it really? Well, put simply, it's all about using your time in a smart, effective way. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. The trick isn't getting more time, it's about getting more out of the time you already have. So here's our plan for today. We're going to break it down into 4 simple parts. First, we'll look at why this is so important. Then, we'll get into the how with methods like SMART goals. After that, we'll check out some cool tools to help you plan. And to finish up, I've got a little challenge for you. All right, part 1. Why even bother with this stuff? I know, it might sound like extra work at first, but trust me, the payoff is huge. It's all about taking back control so your schedule doesn't control you. Let's look at exactly what you get out of it. Seriously, when you get the hang of managing your time, the benefits are pretty awesome. Your work gets easier, and you feel way less stressed because you're actually prepared. You have more space to learn and grow, and of course, when you're hitting your goals and you're not stressed, you're just happier. And maybe the best part of all, you actually get more free time for your hobbies, for your friends, or just to chill out. Okay, so we know why it's a game changer. Now for part 2, how do we actually do it? This is where we get into the practical stuff, including a really powerful technique called SMART goals. Think of this as your roadmap to success. A really fantastic way to start is by setting SMART goals. Now, SMART is an acronym, each letter stands for a word, and together they help make your goals super clear and way easier to actually achieve. So let's break down what SMART really means. First up, S is for specific. This just means your goal has to be crystal clear. Saying, I want to study more, well, that's pretty vague, isn't it? A specific goal would be, I will study chapter 3 of my history book on Tuesday evening. See the difference? Now you know exactly what to do. Next, we have M for measurable. You need a way to track your progress, to know when you've succeeded. Get better at math is kind of hard to measure, but I will score 80% or higher on the next math test. Now that's measurable. It gives you a clear target to aim for. The A stands for achievable, and this is a big one. Your goals should definitely challenge you, but they also have to be realistic. I mean, saying you're going to read 10 textbooks in 1 week, that's probably not going to happen. But planning to read 1 chapter a day, that's achievable. You want to set yourself up for success. Then we have R for relevant. This means the goal has to actually matter to you. It needs to connect to your bigger plans in life. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? For example, improving your English is a very relevant goal if you want to work in tourism someday. It has to fit your life's puzzle. And finally, T is for time-bound. A goal without a deadline is really just a wish. Saying, I will finish my essay is a nice thought, but saying, I will finish my essay by Friday at 5 p.m., now that's a plan. That deadline gives you the little push you need to get started. So, SMART goals give you a clear roadmap. But what about all the little day-to-day tasks that lead to those bigger goals? Well, in this 3rd section, we're going to look at some really simple tools to help you get organized and plan your time like a pro. Here's a really simple but powerful trick. For every single thing on your to-do list, just ask yourself 2 questions. First, is this important? Like, does it help me reach my big goals? And second, is this urgent? Does it need my attention right now? And those 2 questions lead us right to this, the time management matrix. It looks a little fancy, but it's super simple. It divides your tasks into 4 boxes. Box 1 is for stuff that's urgent and important, like crises and deadlines. You have to do these now. Box 3 is for things that are urgent but not important, like some interruptions. And box 4? That's for things that are neither urgent nor important, total time wasters. You want to avoid those. And that leaves us with quadrant 2. Honestly, this is the secret sauce. This is where the magic happens. These are the things that are important, but they're not urgent. This is where you plan, where you study for future exams, where you exercise, or you learn new skills, all the stuff that helps you reach your big long-term goals. The most successful people spend most of their time right here. And you don't have to just use pen and paper for this. There are amazing digital tools to help you out. For example, you can see Google Calendar, which is perfect for scheduling your days and blocking out time. And on the other side is Notion, which is an incredible tool for organizing all of your projects, your notes, and your goals in one place. All right, that brings us to our final part. We've talked about the why, the how, and the what of time management. So now it's over to you. I've got a little challenge to help you start putting all this into action and plan your own future. First, let's get real. I want you to think for a second and be honest with yourself. What are your biggest time wasters? What are the things that fall into your quadrant 4? Is it scrolling endlessly on social media, watching one more episode of a show? Once you know what they are, think about how you can limit them. Maybe you set a timer or turn your phone off while you study. Just knowing is the first big step. And for our final thought, let's zoom out a little bit. What's your biggest goal after you finish university? Do you want to land an amazing job, start your own company, travel the world? Whatever that big dream is, don't just leave it as a dream. Use the tools we've talked about today. Turn it into a real smart goal. Break it down into smaller steps and start planning. Because the best time to start building your future is right now. Thanks for watching.